At the soup kitchen one day, I was sitting there having lunch and everything, and this guy came up to me and say, "Hey, I hear you be talking to people to helping them out in this situation." Yeah, sometimes we talk and everything. So I said, "Wait a minute, aren't you a pastor or a bishop or something?" He said, "Yeah, I used to be, but right now things are a little bad, right thing." So I said, "Well, look here, talk to me. What's your story?" So he was telling me a story about how about 20 years ago, it's been during that time, right? He had a family. He was preaching hard and everything, had his own church, and a 3-year-old daughter of his was hurt by a man. And after the funeral, he went off the deep end. He hated God because he said that, well, God caused this to happen. God let this happen because he had the faith to believe. He was doing good works and everything, and he just blew it. He just left his sanity. See, this is what happens sometimes. But man. So we talked a little bit. So I said, well, what about going back to church? He hated church. He didn't want to be bothered with church or church people, nothing like that, right? So 20 years of drinking. I mean, hard drinking. And I said, look here, let me talk. Let's talk a little while, right? So we talked, and after maybe about maybe a month, almost 2 months, he started coming around. Because see, one thing about it, the first thing I was trying to get him to understand is that everything that happened to people didn't happen because God let it happen. But see, we're in a thing called the world. And the world operation is ruled by evil and negativity. And that negativity is ruled by a spirit called demonic spirit, as Satan or the devil, however you want to put it. So he is the God of this world, and he can do things. He's anointed. He's anointed cherubim. So anyway, we talked, and after a while, he started to understanding that God wasn't in all of this and everything, but God was with him to keep him alive and to be there for him if he asks for him or call on him. His mercy is good. So anyway, we talked about, like I said, about a month and a half, and the guy started coming back, stopped drinking. He went out of state to his daughter now. He had a grown kids now there because it was after 3 years, 20 years ago. So that means that his daughter must have been one of his children up in her late 20s, you know what I mean? So anyway, we he went there with his daughter and he started preaching. He sent me a thank you note and everything. It was so wonderful to see because I'm just coming into this thing. I don't know what I'm doing really, but all I gotta know is that I believe and I want to help people because of me. I'm watching Oprah one day for some reason, I don't know. And Oprah had a guest on the show. They were talking about how kids getting into pornography, kids getting into all kind of different uh, immorality and all that stuff, right? And this lady, she was a therapist, and in her talking, she was describing sexual addiction. And as she was describing sexual addiction, I'm taking notes. And as I'm taking notes, that wait a minute, that's me, right? And this is how it happens a lot of times. So finding out through Oprah, I had an addiction against situation, against the society, more or less, right? Anyway, um, now I'm already an alcoholic because I remember when I was in Detroit. Yes, in Detroit, I was there trying to go to college, and I didn't make it the college entrance exam because the school I went to in the South, I only had an eighth grade education graduating from high school. Wow. But, I didn't let it bother me too much, but I'm drinking. I'm drinking. I am totally a 17-year-old alcoholic. Wow. One day it took me 4 hours or more to go a block, a little over a block to my house. And they said that I would take four forward and eight backwards and all that stuff, right? I was on laying up on side of people's yards and everything. And it's like, wow, no one came to help me. And when I got to the house, it's like I don't even remember going into the house. All I know is that I saw the bed and the bed moved. I hit the floor, right? So these are things that happen in life, okay, people. Sometimes we don't ask for to be addicted. Sometimes we run into situations that causes us that will help us to become that situation. We have no intention, usually, from walking out of your house to say, today I'm going to be an addicted person. Today I'm going to be so depressed. I'm going to be out of my mind. Today I'm going to practice cheating because my girlfriend, wife, or however, is like, you know, I'm just going to go out and mess up. We don't do that. That's almost like it's snow and ice on the ground. Well, today it's snow and ice on the ground, and we're gonna have an accident. We don't do that. We don't think these things. So this is where we come today to talk about these things. We must, by all means, air them out. Let people know that sometimes we have a little problem. If we do have a problem, even if it's unintentionally problem, and we're talking about, oh well, we have it just happened that way, okay? You know what I mean? We made a mistake. Sometimes it's not called a mistake. Most of the time, it was a judgment call. We had choices, and then we made the wrong decisions on things. And, we think we're doing what's right, but we don't all the time. And things happen. Yes. But that doesn't give us a hall pass. It doesn't give us whistles and balloons and a pat on the back either. But it does give us an opportunity to think about where are we and what we're doing. So when we think about these things, and then we don't get into that place where, well, so what? And that's why so many times when we're hurting, so many times we need some help, we need strength, we need the power to overcome this situation. We let go, we give up, and they give it up because of the pain most of the time, because of the situation most of the time, because sometimes we just can't communicate with each other, communicate with ourselves. Where am I? What am I doing? We don't think like that. Only thing we just going to do, drown out the situation, get rid of the pain. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be bothered. The noise is too loud. It's so dark in here. I mean, it's really dark. And when it's so dark, you can't see your hand before your face. And you know that in the middle of the day, it's really dark. Or it is so dark that you know that because of your habits, issues, the situation, your behavior, that you hear this voice that says, you know what? Uh, you don't need to be alive anymore. Wow. And next thing you know, you're on the road towards that destination that you may not come back again. But then when you close your eyes and you realize that the car drove itself back home, you realize that it wasn't your day because there's work to be done. And this is what we always said to each and every one, that no matter how far down you've gone, no matter how hard the situation is, no matter how powerful that weight, no matter how many degrees of the pain is. Yes, the pain have different degrees. What like when you go to the doctor and say, well, what's your pain level? From 1 to 10, and sometimes it could be a 12. That's how it was. That's how it is sometimes when we think about these things. So we just want to bring up a few things that help you, help me to stay abreast and stay abroad on the good side, on the good step, that we can keep moving, keep walking, keep growing. And that's why we give up growing too often. That's why sometimes we don't think about the past, because we use the past as a learning situation. We always learn from our yesterday, our history. It's just like going to school. Put something on the board. Okay, here's the homework. What we gonna do? Look at it, put it aside, and go out and play. Or go do something else. Next thing you know, it's time for the exam. And every day in our life is an exam. So may I suggest some of the things that we do sometimes can help us to prepare for the exam, and even sometimes to help pass the exam. And one of the things is that we use affirmations. Affirmation. So if like sometimes we like, well, we don't want to be bothered with God, we don't want to be bothered with Jesus, we don't want to be bothered with all that Christianity stuff. But you know what? When you're hungry, when you are hungry, when you're thirsty, muddy water will help quench the thirst. You don't have to boil the water. You get in there, you drink you some water. When you're about to die, your tongue is dry and the tongue is swelling up in your mouth. When you are hungry, you don't have to have filet mignon or prime rib, and you have to have freshly baked bread. Whatever that'll fit into your stomach, that's called protein, that's called food. So that is what happens too many times. We're so judgmental, we're so selective in our quest for healing and deliverance and freedom. So may I suggest, just because it's called a gospel, just because it's called Christianity, but there are principles that we can use. Fruit of the Spirit, kindness, goodness, grace, uh, self-control, all that good stuff. So we can use those things to help make it through the day. Forgiveness, being grateful, thank you, keeping your mindset that we don't have to get mad about everything and anything. Ask for the freedom, ask for strength each and every day in our meditation and our prayers. Try to get rest, meditation, and trying to how to rest. Use visualization. I can see the end. I can see the end. I can see myself healed. I can see myself delivered. I can see myself being a part of productive lifestyle with the family and friends. Even if I don't have any friends, I can see myself walking down the street with my head up. I don't have to be laying across over the side of the sidewalk. I don't have to be there without a cause, without a good situation. I can get up out of that situation, but sometimes it's going to cost something. That's why we call it endurance. We must apply the principles of goodness, principles of life. I want to be healed. I must be healed. And then you say, I am healed. I am free. I am delivered. I am safe. Those affirmations each and every day. And then practice visualization. Not only say visualization, but sometimes we have to do like continuously over and over and over again. Suggested, yeah. Auto suggested, we call it. Well, we call it hypnotherapy. Well, we're talking about being hypnotized, Well, guess what? Every day, we run into a situation where practicing self-hypnosis. You don't have to remind yourself to wash your face, brush your teeth, to comb your hair, or to tie your shoes. You did it once before a long time ago, and you can do it over and over again. You was hypnotized. You were told something. It was a suggestion. somebody showed you, and now you continuously doing it automatically, auto suggestion. So the same thing is with this situation that we're running into now. So another way that we can help each other, help ourselves, is that sometimes when we have that urge, oh yeah, that's what happens. Sometimes we just get busy because now we have that feeling. They said the monkey on your back, the gorilla on your back, the elephant in the room. Look at it in a negative way. Look at the situation in a negative way. You have friends that want to get you involved with something. Come on, let's do this. Come on, let's do that. Look at it in a negative way. Don't say, oh, well, I don't know. I shouldn't be doing it because, I'm practicing my sobriety, all that stuff. No, no. I look at it as if there's something going to happen that's bad. I look at it as something that smells bad. Look at it in a negative way. And then that'll help build up that faith, that build up that desire not to have it. It's just like eating food. If you eat something that is nasty and it smells bad and you can't put it in your mouth, can't put it up to your face, that's how you look at that situation of drugs, alcohol, or whatever you want to do. You get it, either that lust that come about. Look at it in that negative terminology term. And then, by the way, you probably will be stronger because that's why we call it weaning ourselves, weaning yourself little by little. They call it baby steps in the business world. Each and every day, each and every day, take the small bites. Each and every day, give yourself a victory, a challenge. Give yourself a celebration. I made it through the day. Be thankful, be grateful, shout at it, holler at it, do something, rejoice at it every day. I made it through the day. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and keep moving in that direction. Don't just sit there, don't just lay there, don't just be there, dwelling in your sorrow. No. Then that's come depression and everything. Well, someone asked me, said, well, why you put all these things in one category? Because let's look at the situation. Look at it. Addiction, especially if it's sexual addiction or either any kind of addiction, is the behavior that's uncontrollable, more or less, right? Then you have depression. You feel like the something's a weight on you. You feel like you can't make it through the day. You feel like, wow, something's wrong with you. You feel you just want to go to sleep, you just don't want to be bothered. Okay? Now, you have uh, sexual immorality, which leads to infidelity, all that stuff, right? Anxiety attack. All those things combined in connection with that thing, if you have the faith to believe, then because now you have confidence in who you are, and you're working on that confidence to get stronger and stronger each and every day. And you can get stronger. You can lift up. You can get up because now you're determined you're not going to stay there and sit there and be in that same comfort zone. Now you want to reach out and do something constructive. And if you don't work it, don't make it today, don't work. This is another thing too we want to talk about right quick in a hurry, right? You know what I mean? It's like what we do sometimes we feel so ashamed. We feel so guilty because it didn't work. It worked. You get something in your mindset, little by little, you'd be surprised how things that happened months ago, weeks ago, that you thought that you didn't remember, and here it come back to you to help you to overcome it. You know what I mean? So that's good. So don't get upset and beat yourself down. And this is what we do sometimes. Oh, wow, I fell off the wagon. Oh, I can't make it. And I know you should be even trying anymore. Try anyway. If you fall off the wagon, get back up there on that wagon and ride. Don't even think about laying there on the side of the ditch or side of the road, all beat up and beat down. Ah, that the thieves and the robbers have robbed you and beat you up. Here comes someone to help you up. Appreciate the help. Be grateful for the help. And then get up and move on. Be healed. Heal. Be strong. And keep going towards the light. Light is so important. So we just want to bring this to you on our first meeting. Oh no, this is the second meeting. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, if anyone have anything they want to talk about, discuss, come to Facebook. People desire to excel, breaking free as it's a private group, but we deal with these things. We talk about them, and we can discuss them. Or either hit me up with my website, people, the letter N, LUV, peopleinlove.com. Write me a note. Let me know what's going on. Look at it, and then let me know. And then hit me up on YouTube. Look at some of the videos that we've done before. And then get somebody else to, look at them. And then subscribe. Please do subscribe. And like I say, we're not alone on this journey. We're not alone. So therefore, together we stand. Together we have the victory. And together we'll all embrace and we have the glory together, because we are. Mankind is the glory of God. And God don't want his children in that situation where we have to be leaning on the dark side. We are always leaning on the light side. We are always leaning on the power. Yes. So think about it, wonderful people. All right. So with that in mind, thank you, and bless you. And stay focused, and be strong. Lift up, get up, reach up, and then step up. All right? Take care. Be blessed. Bye now. Okay.